smoking all day. Night comes on, here I am. Every night it's the same. And now I'm thinking that you're miles away. Wonder to come back another day.
So good. Besides getting the plague, changing from summer in Australia to winter in Europe, everything else has been awesome. Had a really good reaction from all the crowds that we've been playing to so far in Spain, and just really excited to just keep the momentum up and keep playing some really cool gigs. Well, it's hard to know what to expect. Like, we didn't really know what to expect even at the start of the tour. So
the crowds over here are great so
yeah.
far, and I guess it's going to be the same throughout.
It better be the same, because otherwise we just want to come back to Spain. It was amazing, like, to have the support come from people that, you know, people we'd never met before, people that we'd heard of the band, donating like $100 or $150 to get themselves a t-shirt and a signed CD and stuff. Like, we were completely blown away by the generosity of everyone.
It's completely different.
Yeah. It's a different level of respect given by the promoters and given by the venues. Like, for example, when you know, like, for your first tour in Australia, you'd be lucky to even have a conversation with the bar staff. In Australia, our first tours were driving 20 hours to go play one show, sleep in a car park or sleep in a primary school or something like that, play the gig and then drive home, you know, like the following day, because we just couldn't afford to stay, because you only got like $100 if you were lucky to play that show. So to come here, it's the complete opposite. Like, you know, we're not making money, but at the same time, we're not sleeping on the street. We're getting fed. We're being very well looked after. More booze than we can fucking poke a stick at. It's far and above. It's way better. There's a whole backstory to Cop This that a lot of people don't really know about. In a nutshell, we lost the guitarist just before we were going into record. He sort of put up his hand and said, "Look guys, it's all getting too crazy for us. I want to do other things with my life." it's fine. Just as we got recording, our drummer at the time was like, guys, yeah, you know, I've got 2 bands on the go, I can't afford to do both. So, you know, we were really lucky that we found this guru and this legend within the space of a couple of months, and, you know, went from a 3-piece to back to a 5-piece again, and managed to come up with this album. And, you know, yeah, I think any band's first album is a milestone.
The internet and everything is definitely helping the music business, but the money's not there.
It's a double-edged sword. It's you know, whilst the internet's been great in being able to expose us to so many new bands, and, you know, anything you want to listen to is now just at your fingertips, it's also been a real killer. Because only the established bands that existed before the digital age have been able to really hold on to that, especially rock bands. But I think that, like, for me, if I was to give a young band any advice, it would be, let the music speak for itself, but just make sure that your live show is worth people coming back to. But for you to make money, or for you to be successful as a band and keep growing, you have to be that good as a live band that people will keep coming back to see you. Because if you're not giving them anything extra by being up on that stage whilst they're there, then what's the point? It's just too easy to just sit at home. Back in the day before the internet, a lot of people would take a chance on a band, and, you know, these were the days that in Australia in particular, you could go and see live music in every venue in town every night of the week. And you discovered new bands by paying the $2 to go in and see this band that you'd never heard of, or like on a 4-band lineup. And then that's how you created your following. Whereas now it's so dependent, like you said, on, you know, engaging with people through social media, or, you know, being on YouTube. And they were the ones that told us, like, pack your shit up, fucking go to Europe as soon as you possibly can. Because that's where the real passion for rock and roll is. In Australia, it's not dead, but it's at the worst it's ever been. Because having done, you know, 6.5, 7 years worth of touring in Australia and having to deal with all that sort of shit, and then to come here, you know, like other bands from other countries might find, you know, doing 6 nights in a row and, you know, getting a nice hotel to sleep in, like they might consider that hard work. But for us, it's like fucking luxury. Like, we're living the dream at the moment, compared to what we would be in Australia. So I think that as an Australian band, and there's so many other Australian bands that have come and done it before us, you know, you get a lot of people who aren't from Australia going, wow, well, we can't believe how incredible these Australian bands are. One of the main reasons is because it is so hard to win an audience, or win over an audience in Australia. So you have to just keep going and going and going and going. It separates the contenders from the pretenders. Yeah, well, we definitely want to do album number 2 this year. That's the number 1 priority after we get back home. And then we'll just see where that takes us. You know, jump back on the road again, and, you know, hopefully come back here next year. just keep going, just keep playing away. You've got to like just keep hammering until they just all come in and they all won, and everyone just goes back together, and then that's what people remember. You know, fuck that, you know, last night at the deep end show that was just a wild party. That's what we want, and that's what we strive for. In general, Spain is just amazing. Like, forget the scenery, forget the food and the wine, like the people are just,
People so nice.
you know, the most passionate people I've met for rock and roll so far. So.